So this session is on Kaltura Capture, and it's a software that you download, and you're able to record videos, screen capture, and then upload it directly to Blackboard and then into your courses. So it's pretty efficient and really streamlined, so your workflow is really easy to get videos that you have recorded to the courses. So in this training, we're going to be going over how you download the Kaltura software, how you would record with Kaltura, both screen capture and just a normal video recording, how you would upload your recordings to Blackboard, and how you would share your recordings to courses and into assignments in your media gallery. Okay, so everything that we're going to be going over in this training, all the materials you can find on the Faculty Help Center. So if I go too fast or if I miss anything, you can just go to the Faculty Help Center and the tutorial will be there on, how you can download, what the My Media module is, everything. So as a secondary. So the first thing we're going to look at is how you can actually download Kaltura Personal Capture. To do this, you need to be in Blackboard. So once you log into Blackboard, once you get there, on the left-hand side, you'll see your My Media module, which is where all your video content is stored. So once you click on that, you'll be taken to this My Media page. And as you can see, I already have like a ton of videos in there. But to get to Kaltura Capture, and this is what you would do if you wanted to record a Kaltura video anyway. You click on Add New and go to Kaltura Personal Capture. And because the system recognizes that you don't have it, you can just go ahead and press Download for Windows or Download for Mac, whatever system computer that you have. And then you start the download process and you install it into your computer. And once that's done, you go ahead and refresh your page. You'll actually see this is what the application looks like on your desktop. So it'll go directly to your desktop, and this is what it looks like. So then you would go back to your browser and just refresh the page. Once you refresh the page, it'll take you back to that other page, which we'll talk about. But I wanted to show you this message, actually. If you try to launch, or you may encounter this message if you try to launch Kaltura after downloading it for the first time, try to launch it through the actual software. It'll say, please launch from the site, because it wants to know, because again, once you record a video, you upload it directly to Blackboard. So the system or the software needs to know where your videos are going to be going. So I would say for the first time, and honestly, every time you're recording, make sure you're launching through Blackboard versus like double clicking on the software and trying to record that way, just so it knows exactly what you need or where the video should go. But once you refresh the page after it's been downloaded to your desktop, it'll take you back to this original page with all your videos stored. So then you do the same thing again. You click Add New and Kaltura Personal Capture, and you'll go back to this page, but this time it knows like you've already downloaded this system or the software. So you just open Kaltura Capture, and this is what the software looks like, and it'll actually open on your desktop. So it'll open, and you can see these are the items that are on the recorder. You have the big red record button, and then you have the inputs for what you want to record. So if you were doing a screen capture, you can say, yes, in this recording, I'm going to include screen capture. I'm also going to record with a camera, and of course, I need audio. It can be a combination of all three, or one or two. So just make the choice on what you want. And if you're a two-screen person, I know a lot of people are, it lets you decide which screen you want to record. Maybe you have multiple cameras out, to choose your camera and choose your audio source. You can also decide the area that you want to record for your screen. So it's not all naturally full screen. You can select a specific area that you want. Okay, I think most people are going to be using Kaltura for PowerPoint recordings. So this is the example that's used in the screenshots. So in this example, I'm recording PowerPoint for Collaborate Ultra training. So I have my PowerPoint up and ready to go, and I also have my Kaltura recorder up and ready to go. I've made the selections on what I want, and this is what it would look like if you decided you didn't want to use like the camera. It's just grayed out and crossed out, so you know that that isn't going to be used when you're recording. So in this scenario, or in this screen, should just be a screen capture and audio. But best practice, even if you are recording a PowerPoint, you should always have your camera on. It's just way more engagement for students. They would really honestly rather see a small talking head than to just see a PowerPoint with audio. So please always make sure that you're including camera with PowerPoint. It's just more engagement. But yeah, you have these up and ready to go. So you select your inputs. And when you're recording with with the PowerPoint, make sure that you go into full screen, like the slideshow mode. You can find that at the bottom of the PowerPoint application. But yeah, go into full screen mode. Once you start recording, it'll do a countdown, 3, 2, 1, and you have a little bit of time. But then you can just start talking, start recording. And the tool actually has a lot of things that you can use to annotate while you're making your recording. So if you click on the pencil icon, it has the arrow. If you wanted to draw attention to something, you can highlight specific things, you can write, you can move the annotated items that you've already done. Maybe you wrote a text and you want it to move it down, you can do that. There's also a cursor tool. And then the different colors. This item right here is a whiteboard, so maybe the color doesn't work for your PowerPoint. You can just select the whiteboard and then write whatever you need to write or draw whatever you need to draw while you're doing your recording. And then this gets rid of everything that you've made. You also have the ability to pause while you are recording. It's really efficient. I think this is probably the best because Kaltura does have a Blackboard does have a way for you to edit your video after you're done if you didn't want a section included. But I think this is great because it gives you time to sort of edit while you're working. So if you want to just pause it and get back into it, you can. So you can pause, or you can stop the recording, or you can delete the recording once you start a recording. And so once you are done recording, you would have pressed the stop button, and it would take you, this window will pop up, and this is what your recording looks like. So in my recording, I had video on, and I had camera on, and of course audio on. So this is where you would name your recording, maybe add a description, and any tags that you want in there. And once you're done, save and upload takes the video that you just made directly into, or uploads it directly into your My Media and into Blackboard. It's a private video, of course, that only you can access, but that's what save and upload does. Once you're done, it just saves and uploads it directly to your My Media and Blackboard. Save just saves the video into the actual software that is on your computer. You can always come back and upload it later, but if you just wanted to create something and save it and you didn't really want it up in Blackboard yet, that's an option, or you can delete your recording as well. And I'm just going to go over the different parts of the software. So before you start your recording, or you have an option to edit the settings of your recording. So the default is 720, but for me, I just went 1080 because I wanted better quality for my webcam recording. And then the screen capture is always 1080. And then record system audio is asking if you want to record the sounds coming from your computer. I would assume if you wanted to play a video during your PowerPoint while you were screen recording, you would want to say yes, but if you say no, either way it still records. Since you have audio going, it still picks up the sound. And so yeah, you would fix the settings based on what you want and save it. And then the next thing would be the library, which hosts all your recordings you've done. So as you can see, this one was uploading, and then this one was completely done. This is what a completely uploaded video would looks like. It'll generate a Kaltura link. This link will take you to a page where you can view your recording and what it looks like. It's a weird in-between space that's not Blackboard, but that's more like a Kaltura space than Blackboard. So I would say once you're done, just head to Blackboard and go to My Media to access your recording versus clicking on this link, because it doesn't really go anywhere. And then this is what it looks like if you just saved your recording. As you can see, you always have the option to upload it to Blackboard when you're ready. And it does take a while for things to kind of upload, depending on your internet connection, of course. So once you have uploaded your video, you can go to Blackboard and your My Media, and you'll see all the things that you've uploaded up there. To access the many different tools, you can just click on the title of the video. This is a shortcut to one of the tools, but you can click on the title of the video and it gives you more options. As you can see, this one is private and this one is published. All your videos are private when you upload it. Again, only you can access them. But when you choose to publish it, say you publish it to, this is published to my workspace. But if you publish it to a course or many courses, it'll say publish, so you'll know. And Blackboard creates these different tags for you based on your audio and what you've said during the recording. Okay, so this is the recording. So you clicked on the title and this is where you will land. Once you click on actions, you'll see it has edit, publish, captions, and enrich, and launch editor. We're going to go through each one so you can see what each does. So the first one is launch editor. Once you click on launch editor, this is actually where you'll be able to edit the physical video itself. So if you had a part in there that maybe you forgot to pause and it's just like a long segment of silence, or yeah, you maybe don't want to include a certain thing that you made in the recording, this is where you would cut that out, edit it out, make trims. It's basic and straightforward, but yeah, you would just move the cursor to where you want the cut it, and then if you need another cut, move the cursor there and cut it and delete the space, and then just move everything back to where it is. So yeah, this is where you would be making your actual edits. But also in Launch Editor is where you will be able to make a video quiz or make a quiz out of the video you just uploaded. So this is a great tool for interactions if you want to make sure your students are actually watching the video or that they're engaged while watching the video. Just like, you know, recording with the camera when you're just doing a screen capture increases engagements for students. A video quiz is also like a great way to increase engagement and interaction. So to start a video quiz, you'll get to this page once you click on the little cube item on the left, and then you select start, and then that'll start the process of the quiz. You can only add questions while a video is paused. So if you play the video and you see a part that you would want students to, you know, answer a question for, you go ahead and pause it and then add the question, and you have a choice between multiple choice, true or false, a reflection question, or maybe an open-ended question. And then on the left, you'll see the options for what you want students to see. Maybe you want them to see the scores that they have, or you know, you can customize your welcome page. Let them know, like, hey, this is just to make sure that you're, you know, paying attention to the video, it's not graded, whatever the message is. And if you want them to download the questions list so they can see what's coming and maybe prep the answers as they go. And yeah, and if you want them to be able to skip the video or skip along the video as well. So this is great. And then once you add all the questions, you just select done. But there's more on that on the faculty help center page. So that was Launch Editor, which hosts the actual editing of the video, and then video quiz, be able to make a video quiz. So then the next option would be the edit option. They all kind of use the same name, but the edit option, this is what you would click, which takes you to this page. The edit option is where you will be able to change the title of your video. You'll find that in details. Options is where you'll be able to, if you want students to have the ability to comment on videos, which is another great interaction tool, you can enable that. I don't know if you guys have this tab. This might be permissions thing. But in my case, I'm able to add other instructors to a certain video that I upload. So if they're teaching like the same course in a different way, I'll just share it with them. And then thumbnails, you can pick the thumbnail that you want for your video. And then downloads is sometimes you just want students to watch a video and you don't want them to have access to it, you know, to download your content. So you can choose whether you want them to download it or if you just want them to watch it. Captions is where you would go and either upload captions, like if you had written out a script, you can go ahead and upload that script, or you can edit the captions that Kaltura automatically does for you. And we can go over that in the live part of this too, in the demo part. And then the timeline is where you will be able to add different chapters and segment your video. This is also another best practice for engagement and for video in general. If most people, I think the actual number is like 6 minutes is like a great number for a video. Anything really longer than that, you start to lose people a little bit. But 6 minutes is a short amount of time. So if you're having a video that's longer than that, like a 6 to 10 minute video is great. But if you're having a video that's longer than that, you may want to segment it so that students know what to expect. Nobody wants to, you know, watch like a 2-hour video and like maybe you're looking for something specific. So you can segment the video and students can go to the parts that they specifically need or they just know what's coming next. So this is a great tool. Once you click on the bookmark item here, you'll be able to add chapters throughout the timeline, and then you can put descriptions on what each thing is and save it, and then it uploads to the video. It'll be on the left side. I'll show you that on the next tab. But yeah, this is really great to add, just segment your video so your students know exactly what they're watching and when you say a specific thing. But the thing with the PowerPoint and screen capture is Kaltura automatically creates chapters for you. This is a great example for a course. So this instructor just did a screen capture and audio and then uploaded to Kaltura. And what it did was with each slide was its own chapter. And it actually made it searchable. So if a student needed something specifically, or if you wrote out on the actual PowerPoint slides, students can search for specific terms and go to that slide. So this one didn't have it because I only had like one slide up there, but you can then create chapters. So if you were just doing a video recording, maybe it's not, it has no screen capture, you can then build out segmenting or chapters for that. Okay, so the next thing, we're back to this again, and the next thing is publish. So this is where you would share out your videos to other courses that you are an instructor in. So again, like I said, your video is private once you start, only you can see it. You're the owner, and then you publish it. And I published this video in this screenshot to my workspace. And when a video is published, it just means it's going to the media gallery in that course or that shell. So you can access media gallery through quick links, media gallery, but yeah, if you publish it to say this course right here, all students just need to go to their media gallery and they'll be able to access that video that you just published. And this is what it would look like. Once you publish it, it'll just go, you know, you can access it through course tools and media gallery, but yeah, quick links, media gallery, and this is where the video will sit and live. Another way to do it is you can just go directly into the course and go directly to the media gallery and then just add media and add it that way too. Um, this is an additional way to do it as well, like going specifically, maybe you only had one video. I think the publishing to many different classes is great if you are trying to get your video out to multiple different things. Like maybe you have a welcome video that's generic and just talks specifically about you as an instructor. So if you need to publish out to multiple classes, you just go ahead and use that other way of doing it, publishing it. But if you just had specific content for a specific course, or you wanted to put this as an assignment, you can just go to build content item or a Kaltura media, and it'll, as long as the toolbar has the mashups tool. Let me go back. As long as whatever item or content you're building has the toolbar, you'll be able to add Kaltura media and add your video. If you're creating an assignment, it's going to have the toolbar there. So if you needed to add a video that you made, you can just mashups, Kaltura media, and add the video. This is also the same way that students will be able to upload videos themselves. So if you had an assignment that said, hey everybody, please submit a 2-minute video introducing yourself, and then you can then add your example video there, but then when they submit, because they will have the toolbar as well, they just need to go mashups, Kaltura media, and they can, you know, upload a video that they have on their phone, or they can record with Kaltura. They also have to download the software, but yeah, they can record with Kaltura as well. So this is what I was talking about. If you go Kaltura media through mashups, you get to this page, and you can access your My Media, or you can access items in your media gallery, which is specific to the course. So whichever you need, you can just add new. So there's multiple ways to add a video or publish a video to a course. Okay, we're just gonna go to the live demo so you guys can see exactly what I was talking about. But if anybody has any questions, just go ahead and raise your hand, and then we can use the mic for your response. Okay. All right. Jin has a question, and you can just use your mic.
You hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. Thanks for the presentation, but I'm wondering if you are going to make this video available after you're done.
Yes, we will. Yeah.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Mm-hmm. Any other questions? Okay. So I'm going to go on and share my screen so that you guys can see some of the examples that I was talking about. Okay. So this was the example of the course, the PowerPoint screen capture that was just audio and the screen, and then I wanted you guys to see what if the students were watching the video and they needed to type in something specific, computing, a bunch of things will come up. This is based on what is already written on the slides, so they can search and find what they need. But it's just much easier to view content that way. Oh, and somebody also mentioned this too. This is where the download video option will be on any video you're watching it. It'll be at the top right hand side if you wanted to download your content. I mean, you can download your content, but if you want this option for others, you can disable that. But yeah, this is where it'll be. And so again, if you get to your course, My Media, and this is where all your video content will be. And then if you were using it for the first time, or if you needed to do a screen capture, Kaltura personal capture, and it loads up the page. And then of course it has that I already have it, so it'll just ask me to if I want to open it. And I actually want to show you the player. So we'll look at, so this is what it would look like. You can disable that if you just wanted to record a normal video. You can do that. All of that, so you have choices. Okay. So once you get to the page, if you click on the title of the video itself, this is what takes you to the many different options for what you want to do. Edit, publish. Let's see. I didn't have any screenshots for captions and enrich, but this is just a good policy in general to do, or just double check that the captions that Kaltura comes up with is actually accurate. So this is what you'll see that they have. I believe this is, apologies, no. Edit is where you would be able to edit it. This just shows you what is there. Okay, let's do this one more time. Okay, click on the title of the video. We'll go to the edit tool. If it works. All right, while that loads, we'll go over to my workspace, which is where one of my videos are published. So if you or your students wanted to access a video that you uploaded to Media Gallery, quick links, Media Gallery. This is also how you can access it, but for them too. And then all the videos that you've uploaded on there will be there, but this is also where you would add more content if you had like a specific video for something. So these are all the videos that I've uploaded to this course already. If I wanted to add more, add media at the top of the page, and then it'll open up my media, and this is all the videos that are there. And then you can select as many videos as you want in the course. Say this one and publish it to the course itself. Okay. And this, you also have the ability to edit your content here as well. So if you click on the ... and the pencil, you'll be taken back to like the edit module, and you can launch editor and change the title. Again, options. So there's many different ways to get to the same type of thing. But yeah, disable comments. Maybe the assignment is go to the media gallery and leave a comment there. But yeah, change your thumbnail if you want them to have the ability to download. You check the box. If you don't, uncheck it. And timeline, again, this is where you can edit the captions that are already there or add captions that are already there. So since this took a while for this to load, but you can add more content. So if I wanted to add something here, play it to where, let's see. So you put the cursor or player to where it needs to be, or where you want it to be, and then just, new chapter, and then give a little bit details, and maybe some search tags specifically that you think students would look for. So that's one way. And then captions, this is where you would edit the captions or upload a captions file. And I guess I should clarify, a transcript is not the same thing as a captions file, because it has to be timed. But I think you can just double check with your transcript and edit and make sure that what they have is what is being said on the screen. Kaltura, I've heard it's gotten better, so it's pretty good. Just double check and make sure what they have is what you're saying. So this is how you would add more stuff to it. Maybe they missed something, you can add that or delete it. Yes. And yeah, or maybe you wanted to add a different language. That would be cool. But yeah, am I missing anything? Let's see. Oh, and for a video quiz, so you made a video quiz. Let's see. Through here, of course, you started a video quiz, you made it, done. It goes right back to your My Media. It just lives there, the new copy of the quiz. But to actually add it to a course as a quiz, you would go to course content, and in assessment, it's already kind of labeled in as a quiz. So just go to Kaltura video quiz. And these are the quiz. It doesn't even pull up anything that isn't a quiz, so it knows. And then you can just select the quiz that you want to do. Title it, maybe some instructions, and then how many points you want it to be. And yeah.
Hi.
And
Can you go over a little more about the transcript file?
the transcript file.
Yeah. Besides the caption, I know you touched upon caption, but I'm wondering how does a Kaltura working with the transcript file? Is it something that I have to generate for the students, or
No, I mean I was saying that to say if you did have like, because the file is very specific, like it has to be an SRT file, which is like timed um, to your speech. So okay, let's say you like YouTube captioning is like way a little better than Kaltura,
right,
like a lot
right.
better. So maybe you uploaded your video to Kaltura, or maybe you just wanted to upload like an audio or something. So you can grab your SRT file from YouTube, because it lets you download like a
Closed
timed.
caption file.
Right. So you download that, and then if you had uploaded like a
Oh, I
video,
see. Got it.
right,
I
then you
see.
would just
Okay,
upload an
okay.
actual,
Okay, okay.
yeah, SRT file.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Yeah. Yeah. It's set up that if you marked it to a specific point, it'll stop so the students can answer the question or select the answer that they want.
And it doesn't look like we have any other questions in the chat. Oh, Jin has a question.
Sorry, I have one more question. It's not really a question, but suggestion in a way. I am starting to create more video lectures, and the one thing that I would like to have from you or some other program directors is that uh, I would like to see kind of good examples of video lecture, and so I can kind of understand what are the guidelines, when to use the captions, and so on. So do you have any good examples? I know Katrina, you show us the good examples on how to use Blackboard in the beginning for the faculty orientation. So
Yeah,
I'm wondering, yeah,
yeah, if you go to our faculty development site, and I'll share the link in the chat.
okay.
Yeah, so you may find some interesting examples, not necessarily lectures, but we did webinars before.
Oh yeah,
And
sure. Yeah,
yeah,
that'll work.
they're kind of lectures because basically a webinar
Okay,
is somebody's talking and most people just quietly like listen. So yeah, check them out. You may find some of them helpful, and I'll post a link in the chat right now.
okay,
Rather than that, I can't really think of any examples. I can reach out to the directors and ask them if they have some interesting examples, but that
Yeah.
will take some time for me to gather this information. So
sure,
probably just
sure.
go to the website and see if you can find anything there. Yeah, I'll send the link right now.
Because I brought this up because, some faculties, they want to have a short length versus 40-minute or 15-minute length of video, and others prefer to have, 5 or 10 minutes in the breakdown to subjects or sub-subjects.
Yeah, so I can talk a little bit about that actually. So the best practice, not just from CityU instructors, but just general
Mm,
best practices on lecturing in general, whether you're doing it via recording or whether you're doing it in class live. Uh, uh, the best practice is to break your lectures into chunks. For example,
chunks, got it.
chunking it. So basically, what that means, if it's a recording, again, the best practice is 5-minute segments followed
Got it.
by maybe something else. So you would post that 5-minute recording, say in Blackboard, and then you add some activity.
Got it.
So maybe just a question for the students. This way
Got it.
they don't have to watch anything for 40 minutes. It's still a
Right.
40-minute lecture, but it's chunked into the segments. And if you're doing a lecture live in class in front of the students, it kind of the same 10-minute talking is probably, because it's live, and then
Uh-huh.
ask students a question or invite them to maybe have a discussion or maybe some group activity, and then continue with another 10 minutes and then do
Got
something
it.
interactive.
I see.
So it's just better because as humans, we all, well, especially now, we just can't concentrate for a long period of
Right.
time.
Right. Yeah, me neither.
We used to remember when I was a student 20 years ago, I was able to concentrate for 40 minutes just fine. But now it's different,
Yeah,
apparently.
it's different. Right. Okay. Great.
Mhm,
Thanks.
mhm.
Any other questions? And yeah, Katrina hit on everything that is just like a best practice for video is just 10 minutes short, and if they do need to be longer, definitely utilize the segmenting. I think just knowing what is coming up next, that always helps students to know, okay, now he's going to be talking about, now we're moving on to a different subject, because when things just run on and you don't know when's a good break to take a break, it becomes a lot. So yeah, and making sure that when you're recording, people want to see your face. I know it seems like a strange thing, but yeah, students want to have that extra interaction and to see you talking. So sometimes people record lecture videos and all you can see is like the top of their head or like some angle that isn't right, or it's just a PowerPoint with audio. So adding like an actual video of you being seen and talking about your content or your subject, it makes it 10 times better.
Joe, I really like the suggestion about videos. I actually had a really interesting feedback. I don't know if you remember, but we used to do online conferences, and the last one was last year. No, yeah, it was last year, in spring, in March. And the feedback I received from participants was about videos. So everybody loved the conference and the fact that it was online, so we had international participation, but people were commenting on videos. So apparently not being able to see a presenter was a problem for
Yeah.
some attendees. So yeah, quite a few people commented on that, and they said, you know, maybe next time encourage the presenters to actually have their webcam on, and at least for maybe a few minutes in the beginning, and just because it was, you know, that human connection apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And if you think about it, you can read, like if you have a PowerPoint slide, you can read the slide in about 2 minutes. But think about how long people spend on one slide. They spend maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes talking about, because they're just bullet points. So then the person just read everything that's on there, and now they're just waiting, you know. So it definitely helps. Audio is a big thing too. People want to be able to hear you and clearly. So yeah, but yeah, we're I'm working personally. I'm working on creating some best practices for video. So we'll have that out.
it looks like a few people have already left. So they left messages on the chat. So any other questions to Burjo, to the moderators? And if not, we will wrap this session up and we'll share the recording in the newsletter.
Okay. Thank you guys so much for joining.